Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my wife name our kid something stupid? Me, 25M, and my wife, 23F, are having our first child together. She is currently 9 months pregante and could give birth anytime in the next couple of weeks. The only major fight we have had throughout her pregnancy happened a couple days ago, and it was about what we were going to name our kid. It all started when we found out the gender of the baby. We didn't do a gender reveal and decided to find out the gender at one of her checkups because we didn't want to spend time making 2 lists of names and have to get rid of one after. So after we found out we were going to have a boy, we sat down together and made a list. Almost all of the names she suggested were normal until one that caused me to write this post. She suggested we name our son Mune. M-U-N-E, Mune. She told me the name was from this movie she watched when she was younger and that it always stuck with her. I told her the name was a little out there and he would get made fun of for it. She claimed he wouldn't, and we started going back and forth trying to decide whether to add the name to the list or not. Eventually, she agreed to keep the name off the list. We picked some that we liked, and I thought that was that. Later on in her pregnancy, her mom decided to throw a baby shower as it was her first grandchild, and my wife's pregnancy was almost over and we hadn't celebrated once. It was fine for the most part until we started to open the gifts. Most of them were normal baby things like diapers and bottles until we got to her mom's gift. My wife opened the gift bag and pulled out a blue handmade blanket. It seemed normal enough at first until my wife unfolded it, and lo and behold, there was the name Mune written on the blanket. Oh no. When I saw it, I was pissed, but didn't want to cause a scene, so I stayed quiet. After that reveal, I had family members come up to me and ask me about the name and why I hadn't told them. I didn't know what to tell them, as I didn't have a clue about this either, and just had to embarrassingly tell my family that, which pissed me off even more. Once the event ended, me and my wife went home and I started to question her about the name. She got defensive and told me that it was a good name and that I was overreacting about it. You agreed not to name your kid that. What do you mean? Mune is a French type name, I believe, because there was a movie called Mune Guardian of the Moon produced by a French company. Okay. The movie is legit called Mune. It's an animated movie about a little critter who is the shepherd of the moon. Okay. I brought up the earlier points and told her that it was a stupid name for a kid, and if she wanted to name something Mune so bad, we could use the name for a dog. She got upset and called her mom to come get her. After she left, she called me and told me she wouldn't be coming back for a while. Everyone I've talked to about this said I'm not the asshole, but now my wife has been gone and I've been thinking about it. I feel like I could have handled the situation better. Am I the asshole? No, what? You literally tried to go about this like an adult and have a conversation with your spouse about how you did not like this name for your shared child. And she was like, no, we're going to name it this anyway. If this is the hill she chooses to die on, maybe this relationship wasn't supposed to work out. She didn't even tell him that. She didn't even tell him. She was just like, yeah, I'm going to talk to my mother and I'm going to talk to my mom actually. And we're just going to decide that the kid's name's going to be Mune. Mune is a cute name for a pet. Yeah, I could see Mune being a cute name for a pet. Yeah. Let's see what Reddit has to say. She's just going to step over you in conversations. This won't stop here. Oh, right, Little Star, right. Top comment, not the asshole. You are not overreacting. Tell your wife this, or better yet, have her read this. Naming a baby is a 2 yes or 1 no situation. You do not name a child something your partner does not agree with this. You find a compromise. This is the start of many necessary compromises in life, and it is a total asshole move to unilaterally decide on a child's name despite your partner's misgivings. You need to put your foot down hard on this because what she is doing was 100% not okay. She's absolutely not mature enough for motherhood if she cannot find a reasonable compromise on this. I'm a mom to several kids. There are names I have loved, my husband has not, and there are names my husband has loved and I have not. We have always landed on a name that ended up being a great fit for our children. They may not have been our first choices, but it's not about winning. It's about finding a name you both love that will be a good fit for your child no matter what career they might find in life. And Chief Justice Mune doesn't have any weight. The only thing a name like Mune is good for is if your kid ends up being a drummer in a metal band. Like your kid picked their own stage name. T as hell. I think Mune would be okay if you both agreed on it, but you don't, so end of discussion. I wonder if there's an update, because this was 7 days ago. Or any comments from OP? Nope, not a single one. Unfortunate. Speaking of golden child syndrome, new prediction going live right now. Am I the a-hole for canceling my birthday party because my parents cut my sister a slice of my custom-made cake the night before my party when she cried for it? I did not read the first sentence. I should have. My sister, 11F, 11 years old, 11. My sister, 11F, is the miracle golden child. She always gets what she wants whenever she wants. My parents are always trying to please her and make her happy. They always make a big effort on her birthday and do whatever she asks for, but they can barely remember mine, and they are always conveniently broke. This year I wanted to enjoy my birthday, so I babysat and even mowed lawns to make this possible. This kid worked their ass off to pay for their own birthday party. I don't know how old OP is. Yeah, it doesn't say how old they are. Babysat and even mowed lawns to make this possible. My birthday was a few days ago, and the party was scheduled for the day after. I have been planning for weeks and invited all of my friends. I bought the food, snacks, and drinks and picked up my custom-made cake, which I was really excited about, and it was perfect. Oh. The night before the party, I noticed that my cake, which was in the fridge, had a huge slice missing. When I asked my dad, he shrugged and nonchalantly said that my sister was crying for it, and it was just a small piece my friends wouldn't notice. It wasn't your cake to give away. That was not yours. You are not entitled to the things that your daughter bought. I yelled at him, asking him why he would do something like that when it wasn't even bought with his money, and that my sister could have waited for tomorrow. This made him angry, and he went on a tirade about how I think I'm an adult because of my stupid party, implying at the fact that I did everything myself and did not ask them for anything. I ended up calling it off because I was not able to change the location last minute, and I didn't have the means to, and I was so hurt. I didn't want to host it at home anymore. One of the friends told me that calling it off was an overreaction and that I could have just grit my teeth and gone through with doing it at home rather than canceling just hours before. That is incredibly shitty. Not only are you not giving your own kid their birthday party, they paid for all of their own birthday party because that's all they wanted. Top comment here is not the a-hole, but next year see if you can have your party at someone else's house. Don't invite your family. Next time something like that happens, just show the cake the way it is. Let people ask and let your parents answer. The next comment is canceling the entire thing may have been a bit disproportional to missing out on the opportunity to present a pristine cake, but you do you, I guess. Either way, not the a-hole. Your parents missed a valid opportunity to teach no. They aren't doing you, your sister, or them any favors here. Learning how to say and receive no is absolutely necessary in life. Instead, they've reinforced a belief that your feelings and autonomy do not matter and that your sister can get her selfish way by having a tantrum. 11 is more than old enough to be told, no, that isn't mine or yours. We don't get to help ourselves to things that are not ours just because we want to. Yeah. Oh, not another one of these. Oh, it's got so many upvotes. Why? All right, top cheese post. Top cheese post, baby. Here we go. New prediction going live for the cheese post. Will I be the a-hole for refusing to stop cooking bacon in my kitchen due to my teenage daughter's vegan lifestyle? Let's see what we got. Dad here, old fart, loves his daughter to pieces, but I'm struggling to see eye to eye with my teenager and wife on this one. We've always been a meat-eating family. We live in the rural Midwest, and bacon for breakfast is pretty much a given. This year, my 14-year-old daughter decided to go vegan, and I jumped onto her support team with enthusiasm. We learned to substitute ingredients, cook new things, try new things. I adjusted our budget to include more expensive vegan substitutes for her, etc. None of this has been a problem for me until recently. She saw me cook bacon in a pan, and then I rinsed it out to load in the dishwasher. She exploded in anger. Teen years, I'm not too fussed about the anger explosion. I know she didn't mean it. And said that that was her pan for vegan food. I was completely floored and said, kiddo, this here is a family pan, older than you. It's not your pan. She asked me to purchase her a pan that she can solely use for vegan food. I didn't want her to feel weird about food, so I said sure and ordered her a few colored ones that are only for her. The reason they're colored is so it helps me remember that I'm not to touch them unless I'm cooking vegan. That wasn't good enough. Now apparently the dishwasher is contaminated with animal product and that the fridge has bacon grease fingers on it. Because I eat bacon and then touch the fridge, and she's asked me and her mom to completely stop eating meat at home. I don't mean I literally touch the fridge with my greasy bacon hands because I wash my hands, but it's clearly enough that it upsets my daughter. Frankly, I'm on team hell no. Her mom is much more amenable and strongly wants me to consider taking our daughter up on the request. My wife's reasoning is that both our parents live close, so we can eat meat products there, and that she doesn't want our daughter to feel uncomfortable in the kitchen. My daughter says she is fine with cheese and butter in the fridge, but it's specifically meat products that make her feel sick. Now, I'm sorry for her, but I feel like she just needs to adapt and live side by side because I'm not going to stop eating bacon in my own house. That's kind of where I'm at, LT. Like, you can choose your own dietary restrictions, but you can't force everyone else to bend around you in order for you to make your own choices. You know what I mean? He's working with her and getting her own pans. What she's asking is too much. Right. Allergies are one thing. You can't force an optional diet on the rest of the household. Exactly, Lucian. Exactly. Honestly, I would say no assholes here. I feel like the daughter is being like overstepping her bounds a little bit, but I don't think she's being an asshole. I think she's being a teenager. Let's do this one. New Dickie, going live right now. Am I the asshole for asking my fiance to skip this year's Christmas family vacation because our baby is due? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Yuri. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? How split is this Dickie here? 11% asshole, 89% not the asshole. Okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting to get this many responses. Thank you so much. Support means a lot, blah, blah, blah. Context. I have gone to Florida with his family. Do we even need to read the rest of the post? It's Jover, dude. It's so Jover. I've gone to Florida with his family for the past 5 years for at least part of Christmas. Every other year, I returned before him to spend Christmas Day with my family. This year is the first time in a long time that all the other siblings are able to overlap dates. My fiance has major FOMO, which is why this is a sensitive subject. His parents have always been weird about keeping their family close. They've never said it outright, but little things suggest they don't consider me completely part of their family since we aren't married. That's weird. Also, my parents are away overseas dealing with a grandparent emergency. My mom has been kept in the loop though and is trying to come back as soon as she can. My fiance and I, 31M and 31F, are expecting our first baby due December 30th. His family has a vacation home in Florida, and they have gone every year during the holidays for about a month until after New Year. He agreed not to go this year because of the baby, but his family is insisting that he go and come back on the 28th, which is, quote, ample time before the baby is due, end quote. How often do babies get born on the exact due date? How often? How often does that happen, y'all? So he bought a ticket for December 15th to 28th. His reasoning is that his parents really want him there and his siblings will also be going. His reasoning is that his parents really want him there. But mommy and daddy dearest really want me to go, poopsiekins. And all of my siblings will also be there, but the family, my dearest, but please. This is bothering me a lot more than I thought because I know pregnancies are unpredictable, especially in the last trimester. And if anything happens leading up to the due date, I need him there. My parents are away until December 26th, and my friends have their families, so I will be completely alone. The other reason, and I guess it's more selfish, is that I will be spending Christmas by myself. It's not the main reason why I'm bothered, but it's a small part of it. He's been spending Christmas every year in Florida since he was 15. There will be many more trips after the baby is born. I don't know why he has to go this year. Anytime I bring it up, it results in a very uncomfortable fight about my expectations to put me first rather than his parents. I don't even bring it up anymore. His parents have always been kind to me, but they also don't see any problem, so I think I'm going crazy. Am I the asshole here? No, you have a adult child for a husband that just is a mommy daddy's boy and has no priority for you or your relationship or your literal child. No. Yeah, put your wife and child over your parents. Easy. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Literally the final month of pregnancy and you're leaving her alone. No, you're not the asshole for asking your fiance to be present for you and supportive. No, like divorce papers. You are not mature enough for a marriage, let alone a fucking child. Mr. Rat Dad, thank you so much for that gift sub to Drumsy on my nuts. Drumsy on my nuts. Thank you so much.
Lick my nuts, so salty.
Maybe streaming on Twitch was a mistake.